All right, guys, I want to talk about I made a post a few days ago in regards to acceleration into front foot strike or acceleration into drive face, and basically the concept of creating forward momentum pre-peak leg lift. I did a breakdown on DeGrom that showcased his ability to start his forward momentum before his leg reached the peak of his leg lift, which is interesting because I'm a big Nolan Ryan guy, and I was reading Nolan Ryan's book, and he talks about how he doesn't want any momentum, any movement essentially until he reaches that peak of his leg lift, then he can start moving. There's a ton of very successful and high power output pitchers that do just that as well. I think it comes down to optimizing you and your body and giving yourself the best chance to reach your goals and reach your velocity goals and so on and so forth. So I think an implementation of having some sort of forward momentum move in your delivery before you reach the peak of your leg lift is extremely crucial. Now, it's not just that simple. What we're seeing, or what I see a lot as far as breakdowns go when individuals try to accomplish something like this, is they do not have the overall body awareness, the overall stability, strength, movement capacity to accomplish these certain things. So they think, okay, I'll just start moving forward before I reach my leg lift. Then we see drive leg unauthentic stability. You see that kind of drive leg collapse, doesn't have the ability to hold that ground force production. And then they kind of just drift forward. And then you see the timing breakdown of arm raise. And then you get that hand disconnection, head far away from the hands, and so on and so forth. So it's extremely important to know that it's not just about, okay, let's start moving forward. Here we go. Because you have to have the authentic stability of this drive leg. If you watch guys like Verlander, even Garrett Cole, DeGrom, you know, they start their forward momentum before they reach the peak of their leg lift, and then as soon as they enter that drive phase with that added acceleration, their drive leg still shows the ability to hold that posture that we want, right? That corkscrew or that hip hinge, or hold the ground, or whatever it is, and they showcase the ability to stabilize that drive leg. Okay, these are grown men with, 100 miles an hour fastball, so of course they're doing something well. And then as they accelerate, they're able to control their body through time and space with forward momentum or with forward acceleration into their front foot strike, which I would be honest and say that for youth guys would struggle with that because of not really having full body awareness, full body control, and so on and so forth. So it's tough when instructing because there's certain things that you want to give clients or give my clients or athletes or whatever, but at the same time, you know that if they first don't have the coordination, balance, stability, then they're not going to be able to accomplish, a move like that in their delivery. So it's important to know what kind of, athlete you are in the beginning, because if you lack all of those things, then maybe it's a better idea to have more of a controlled posture, and then drive, go down, and put more emphasis on the controlled rather than be very forward accelerated into front foot strike and get all out of whack. So hopefully that makes sense as far as the different things that go into it, but I would encourage you guys to start really focusing on creating authentic stability, creating the movement capacity, having just body awareness by overall being an athlete, running around and getting in trouble and stuff. But is you're controlling your head and how the head can initiate your forward momentum, right? So it's going to be hard to initiate forward momentum if you're consciously thinking about head going back, right? Like you'll be able to move forward. I talked about this in a Clemens breakdown, how you see the body goes forward, the head stays back, absolutely. But if you're really trying to overemphasize forward momentum and instilling that in your delivery without ever having done it, I would encourage you to look at head posture, look at some Jacob deGrom video and watch how his head stays relatively close to that lead shoulder, right? That glove side shoulder, which is going to accelerate his overall posture. Now, the thing to take note is notice how as he accelerates into his drive phase with his forward momentum, with his head posture forward, he doesn't get too far disconnected and out front, right? Throughout that whole entire drive phase, it's forward, forward, and then as he approaches front foot strike, you'll see that head posture then becomes center cut. I think a lot of guys that struggle with timing or just overall instabilities is gravity's effect is so devastating to them, like I said, without instabilities through time and space, or without stability through time and space, that they get easily disconnected and thrown off, like I said, due to gravity. So guys in the big leagues, you see obviously are showcasing a tons of amount of stability, that they're able to do that, and added obviously overall body awareness and coordination and athleticism. But you know, that could be something that could help you in regards to just controlling that head, lifting your leg and going forward, controlling that head over that front shoulder, doing a lot of dry reps though, like in the mirror, and determining, okay, well, there's my head posture, I feel like I might be leaning forward, maybe even like grab like a ball, give you some like radiate some tension, and then just feel I don't know, get fancy with it. But hopefully that makes sense as far as the head's ability to kind of initiate that forward momentum, and then controlling that head posture through time and space, and then again having the stability to be able to not succumb to gravity's potential breakdowns that we see happen a lot of times on a mound. Cool, rock on, dudes.